The scenes change. Oh, except we're in the wrong fucking scene. But that's alright. That's alright. This is what we do. Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on, you guys? Welcome to ZoriaZone. I hope everyone's been doing well. I mean, it's a beautiful, beautiful Saturday. The fucking day's going by real fucking quick today. For me, anyways. For me, I woke up at like noon, you know? And then like the rest of the day just fucking went by. I just like sat in my chair. I was talking to you, right? Because we were planning on doing this. Later in the night.
You've been planning for a while now.
Yeah.
Like a couple weeks. And,
Unfortunately, we were supposed to do it 2 weeks ago, right? But then like shit got in the way, and like, but that's alright.
But we're doing it now.
Yeah, we're doing it now. We're doing it big. Doing it big. Always doing it big.
Same patience.
Absolutely. But we're killing it though, and we got that coffee too, just in case one of us tries to fall asleep.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna happen no more. Absolutely not.
Got a coffee, got a cattle prod, you know.
Absolutely.
You need that extra, spark, that shock to keep things going.
Absolutely.
Things a lot exciting.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. So, but we're here now, man. We're gonna talk about a whole bunch of shit. On the way here, we were talking about how like some mishaps that we've had with fucking with like our Nintendo 3DSs and shit, and how the shit literally the shit Nintendo makes their shit out of legit is like that is real world like adamantium. You know what I'm saying? Like the shit Wolverine is made out of. Swear to God, that is what fucking Nintendium is basically.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, like I was just telling Dennis, LyonHart here that I've taken quite a few spills, more than I want to say, with that 3DS in hand, or flying out of hand, I should say.
Right.
And like, wake up and it's just and it's completely fine. You know? Like have people beat me with baseball bats, all that kind of stuff.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
it's like fucking Double Dragon.
Yeah, I was just going through the streets,
yeah, fucking Streets of Rage. Shit, man.
All that stuff.
Bro, Final Fight, that's that good shit.
Yeah, I might wake up in the hospital with a 3DS. That's fine.
Right. Dog. So here's because you told me because we've all, I think it's just. It is inevitable no matter how much you take care of your shit, right? Gravity exists, right? So whether you're fucking sitting down, or maybe you're moving or something, whether it's your phone or your fucking 3DS or a handheld, a Vita, whatever the fuck you have, a tablet even, any type of fucking electronic that you hold, chances, and especially that is like used mainly while holding, not like a fucking, like a console where it's like that, you're not gonna hold that. That's stationary, exactly. Yeah. You're not gonna fucking drop that, hopefully. Chances are you are gonna fucking drop. Whatever the fuck it is. No one
wants to say it, but it's gonna happen.
No matter how fucking much, no matter how much fucking much you take care of your shit, man. I am very protective of my electronics. Like I have a case for my 3DS, I have a case for my fucking phone, everything. Doesn't mean I won't fucking drop it though, and it doesn't mean it won't fucking take damage.
It's for the eventuality that it does drop,
Yeah.
And I don't have a case for my phone right now. I'm just trying to live life on the edge.
Right. I didn't have a case. I didn't have a case on my phone for a fucking while, man. Honestly, I didn't. I just because like the Samsung Note 3, I love the design of it so much. Like for a while, I was like, I don't really want to put a case on it because I just love the way that it looks. Mm-hmm. But after a while, I was like, I probably won't put a fucking case on it because it's like that's a $200 goddamn phone. Like, come on, you're gonna fucking spend $200 and not protect that shit?
Yeah.
Come on, go fuck yourself, bro. I don't have $200 to fucking spend all the fucking time. You know what I'm saying? Like, only reason why I spend $200 on this is because I know this is an investment, a good one at that. It's fucking Samsung, great goddamn company, But that's enough I'll say. Unless you guys want to pay me, I'll say some. I'll say some more good stuff.
Yeah.
But so after a while, I was just decided to get a case for it, and but I'm glad that I did. But you said how your 3DS has been through shit, but the only time yours even got even just the slightest what you showed me, it was like a tiny fucking scratch.
Yeah, just a little half an inch long, just barely thin. Like I was riding my bike. I was riding my bike somewhere. It was before I had a car, so I was like biking around everywhere. Yeah. Just probably more healthy there, more fit. I won't go into that.
Yeah, you can't get mad.
Darkened room, 3DS, all that. But anyway, biking around, and I was going down this big hill, coming back up. So I'm like building up some speed, got some momentum. And this car comes around. It's like not a normal biking kind of place, so they're not used to that. And I don't know, he was going a little too fast, so he came a little bit too close to me. He had to readjust. I had to readjust. Ended up taking a spill on the bike. 3DS is in my breast shirt pocket, left side. Wasn't expecting to fall out. Wasn't expecting to have that level of momentum. So like it comes out. This is like on pavement, like kind of like concrete level territory, and it just like it goes out. It's probably going 20 miles an hour at least, and it just that one little scratch. That's it. Everything perfectly.
Yeah.
Everything works fine. I think it was even on at that point. So it's kind of like street pass. Probably
street pass, right? Yeah, speaking of street pass, I got one right now. It's probably from you, actually.
Oh yeah, probably do that. Yeah.
Did you bring your 3DS when we went to GameStop?
No, I didn't.
You
I was
didn't?
actually
Okay, so I probably have some of the guy, like the guy I was talking to. Like he's a cool dude. I've known him for a while, but I know I've street passed with him a couple of times. You know what's fucking weird about Mii's sometimes? It's like some of them look exactly like some fucking like people that they belong to. It's
they
fucking
do.
ridiculous.
Yeah, people make good ones. I've also noticed sometimes people will make their me be like more attractive than they really are in real life.
Yeah,
like,
which is weird because it's like it's a me.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like a total representation of yourself.
Right, but it's also but not just that, but like the fact that like you said, where it's just like make their me more attractive than the actual person, and it's just like it's funny because it's like it's this thing that's supposed to be cute. It's like a Hello Kitty thing, but it's just like how come this is like if I were to date you, hypothetically speaking. Only you're me.
Yeah.
Only you're me I would date. I wouldn't actually date you.
Yeah, just only in the virtual world. Yeah.
So it's
only
like
in Meverse, only in that plaza.
only in the plaza.
You can take them on. You can hang out at the fountain.
Yeah.
Talk to some other Me's, get jealous.
That's true.
Like you're talking to those other Me's. They're pretty attractive.
Yeah.
So,
dude. The number of street passes would be like everyone's like big dick contest too, right?
Yeah.
It would be like, how much you get, man? 250. Bro, I get that 320.
Yeah.
320. Get on my level, bro. Get on my level.
Like, I gotta say, it really honestly is like a big dick contest sometimes. Like talking to people about street pass, be like, yeah, so like I have or like people in their plaza, because like so I think you have a ton of people in your plaza. I've looked at your.
I have, I don't know how much, but I can check for sure. But yeah, what were you saying?
Speaking of like. Of Mii's and how people like make their Mii's. Have you ever seen somebody like? There's this guy I've street passed him around him at UNC before. It must have been where it is because I've like street passed him twice. And I've noticed that he's like changed his Mii or something since then because it must be the same guy because he's got like a similar name, and he's got like a similar features, but his Mii is just like looks better now. It's just different. It's just weird to see. It's just you changed, man.
But it's honestly impressive some of the Mii's that people do. Not like the ones of like celebrities and stuff where it's just like like I've seen some with like Chuck Norris and like Jackie Chan and it's just
I've seen Obama.
They look exactly like those motherfuckers. Yeah. But it's weird because like me, because you've created a Mii. It's like there's only a limited selection of stuff.
There is a pretty limited.
So it's like how the fuck did you manage to do this and like so well done too? With so little, it's ridiculous, But I guess I
guess it speaks to Nintendo's ability to create a virtual, like good quality like depictions of noses, of eyes, like enough variance, but enough variance, but enough the same that you can be like, okay, this is the kind of nose that Obama would have, or this is the kind of nose that Katy Perry has,
right?
But it can work for a few different people, even though there's probably only like 10 or 15 different noses in there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean it's cool. It's cool either way.
Yeah. The fucking. It's just always I've 456 in my plaza. 456, which is pretty crazy. You know what I hate? Nothing upsets me more than when I street pass someone because I'm all about that puzzle. I'm all about those puzzle pieces, dude. Bruh, you know how pissed off I get? Like, bro, I get fucking ghetto. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like whenever I pass by someone and like they don't have, when you pass by them, it's just like this person doesn't have any new puzzle pieces to offer. Like, fuck you. If I ever street pass you again, I'm gonna murder you. I'm wasting my goddamn time, dude.
Yeah, dude, I totally understand that because like there'll be like you'll get those notifications and like I'll be in a game, and I'm like I'll be like deep in the game, like the actual, the game that I'm playing, I don't know, Smash Bros or fucking Bravely Default, or Tales of the Abyss, whatever. But I see that street pass, I'm like, I gotta get that puzzle piece. I just gotta X out whatever I'm doing. I need that instant gratification of the new puzzle piece. So I go in and it's just like this person has no pieces to offer.
Dude,
I just 0 to 100 real quick.
It's the
the rage is real.
Yeah, bro, it's like because luckily you have some puzzle pieces so I haven't gotten pissed off at you yet. So we're good. Yeah, so we're good.
I was about to be afraid.
We're good. No. Every time I've street passed you, every time
3DS would be
you have to need a lot more than a hammer to fucking break the 3DS.
Nintendo hammer.
Right, right. So, which brings me, after I say this, I'm going to send you this article actually, because this is what I meant to show you.
Okay, yeah.
But fucking, so sometimes, I have a lot of fucking puzzle pieces, but like I got a Star Fox piece from you yesterday because I'm not done with that Star Fox 64.
I'm always getting pieces from you.
I have a fuck ton of pieces, dude. I have a fuck ton of pieces, but like I always try to get puzzle pieces from everyone. But like now, it seems like they keep adding new puzzles. Right? So it's like right when I think I'm about to finish with all of them, it's just like, we have 3 more new puzzles. And it's like, fuck, dude, because that's like 60 more pieces.
Dude,
and it's like, son of a bitch.
That's the thing. Like, I want to finish the puzzles, then it's just this new one comes out
right.
It's like 64 pieces large. Those ones, fuck those. I just want to
those take
finish
forever, man. Those take forever.
Dude, I have like 50 unfinished puzzles.
Especially since like some of them are hard because like the pink blocks you can only get via Street Pass, like you can spend the coins, the play coins on puzzle pieces.
Yeah, just got 7 tags.
7, nice. I only got 4. What the fuck? What are you doing that I'm not doing?
Over time.
Oh, okay, all right. So let me send you this article now. So basically, the shit we were talking about earlier with Nintendium, right? How like they fucking I dropped this multiple fucking times before I got this case. I only got this case like 2 months ago. Like in case you guys want to see this case, that's it right there. But I still Xerneas case. But I only got this case like pretty recently, and but I dropped it many times before. As much as I hate to admit, because just thinking about it makes me want to cry. But still fucking fine. Because every time I drop it, I'm like, no. I think I would be more upset. Like I'm more concerned about when this drops than if I were to fucking drop a baby or something. You drop a baby, make another one.
Yeah.
Just make another one. Whatever. This
it doesn't cost any money.
It doesn't cost any money, man. If anything, it costs calories, which you should burn anyways.
Yeah.
So, but this is a large part of your fucking paycheck right here. You know what I'm saying? So like, so this, like, I always get worried. I'm like, oh, fuck, man, I don't want to fucking, scratch on it, but never any fucking problem. But this fucking guy, which I'm about to send you right now, no bullshit, dude. This guy, his 3DS, which I'll post this in the Twitch chat as well. This dude, his 3DS,
being in a fire.
dog, look at that thing. It's like, the thing is fucking melted, but it still works. It still fucking works. How? All the circuits and wiring in there should be fucked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, damn. It's like half of it. Yeah. If you guys take a look at this, half this is melted off, like just cleanly,
Bruh, like
through like an inch deep.
It's ridiculous. By the way, this is the site that I don't think I've made this announcement yet. I'm gonna start writing for these guys on Monday. This is
Oh wow.
This is the site. Yeah.
Yeah. Shout outs to Nintendo Everything.
Yeah, man.
.com.
Yeah. Shout out to Brian too, man. He's the guy I was talking to, man. Nice enough to offer me the thing. We finally got everything finalized.
Yeah.
So.
Thank you, Dennis. Yeah, for having me on the show. Brian. I sometimes DJ. You can follow me at Animetrapstar on Instagram. And glad to be here.
How did you come up with that name, by the way? Because I love that. I was telling you before we got on here. I love that fucking name.
So I resisted the social media, a lot of applications for a long time. It's, I don't know, ideology against some of it, but I don't know, people were telling me about like Instagram and stuff, and for years, it's been around for a long time.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm an old timer behind the times here,
Yeah.
but I don't know. It's like just wanted to share photos and like to come up with the name. I was really just thinking about merging my brands, man. I was sitting in a Goodwill and I was thinking about like the things I was looking for, and I was trying to find some like anime VHS tapes. That's the kind of shit I'm into. And then I'm like, I'm just going here, just being a trap star, trying to find these things.
My man. There you go.
2 and 2 together. So yeah, Animetrapstar on Instagram. Might get a Twitter again, in which case you can follow me there, but it's not up right now.
Yeah.
So irrelevant shout out, but
yeah, dude, that's like, I don't know, man. Like when you first followed me, I was like, who the fuck is this? Like, because I always get notifications every time someone follows me on Instagram or any social media really. So I was looking at my phone and it was like Animetrapstar is now followed you, and I was like, who the fuck is this? Now, granted, I get random people all the time, but like this was like, I was like, Animetrapstar. I was like, is that fuck? First of all, that name's fucking banging. Secondly, who the fuck is this? So I went on there, and I see like nothing was posted at the time, but I saw the profile picture was you.
My cute face.
Yeah, well, it was your cute face, man. I was like, I want to fucking just pinch that motherfucker. So I saw you, and I was like, my man Brian, I'm gonna follow him back real quick, So but just that name, man. I was like, bro, if you ever like.
What is your name on there? LyonHart, right?
It's LyonHart. Everything I do is LyonHart. So
Well, how did you come up with LyonHart?
Honestly, man, it's like a combination of two things. It's like one day. God, when the fuck did I? It was like this was back in like 07, maybe 08, and I literally when I decided to start getting into music, I was like I don't want to go as my birth name. I want a stage name because for me, I've always been a big fan of like superheroes and stuff too. And you know how they have like a moniker, like an alter ego, an alias or something. I kind of wanted to kind of do something like that where it's just like, it's kind of like Marilyn Manson, where it's just like, people think he's fucking crazy, for whatever reason. Dude's actually super fucking smart. If you guys ever watch his interviews,
I've seen some like off, like when he's not in the makeup.
Yeah, he is one of the most intellectual, like nicest people you will ever fucking meet.
He's like a really genuine guy.
He's a fucking great guy, man, great guy. But people see how he is on stage, but you have to understand, like, this is a performance. Everything he does is theater.
Right, yeah,
it's
performance
theater.
art.
Yeah, it's performance art, exactly. It's theater, for him too. So it's like, and that's how he came up with the name Marilyn Manson, is because he wanted to find that yin and yang, right? So Marilyn from Marilyn Monroe, Manson from Charles Manson. He just combined. That's where he got the name Marilyn Manson from.
Right. Yeah.
It's yin and yang, right? You got the good and the bad, right? The supposedly bad. This is like, I don't know the deal with Charles Manson, so people say, hey, he didn't really fucking do it.
Bad guy.
Yeah, definitely bad guy.
Out there,
yeah.
Lump him with Hitler.
Yeah.
I don't know, Stalin.
Yeah.
Now all those
Jesus
kind of
Christ.
people. Yeah. Jesus. Villains.
Yeah.
But I mean, I see what he's going for. He's got like Marilyn Manson, who's like, I don't know, kind of like James Dean, like died young, tragic, like beautiful American icon, and like very, I don't know, I wouldn't say Marilyn Manson's like pure or like clean, but she's got that aura that gives it that vibe, and then you have like the dichotomy of like Charles Manson and murder and all that thing. So it's like a shock value thing.
Right.
You have these two separate things.
And it's very much, but see that's I think he also tried to like push the boundaries too, because the thing with Marilyn Manson is I don't think people realize, like, he didn't do it just for the sake. He was always trying to prove a point, right? Like in a lot of his performances back then. I don't think he still does this now, or maybe he does. I don't know. I haven't seen one of his live shows in a while. But back then, when he was like at his prime, basically before he was like gone for a couple of years or whatever, he, a lot of the time, there would be a part, I forgot for what song it was, but he would take the Bible and just start ripping pages out of it in the middle of his performances. And he's like, and a lot of people, the first time he did that and people saw that like on TV, there was, of course, there's all these religious people that were just like, what the fuck? Yeah, it's sacred. That's a sacred book. What the fuck? What are you doing? But he was like, you guys do realize, like, this is just paper. This is just, this fucking like Bible, this book is made just like any other fucking book. It's manufactured in millions, if not billions, and they're fucking sold out. This is all marketing, just because it's the Bible, all of a sudden these pages are supposedly sacred. Literally, that tree in your backyard could be turned into a fucking Bible. You know what I'm saying? This is ultimately paper, but because this text is biblical, all of a sudden, it has this fucking value to it, and like you're making a big deal. It's paper. I'm not talking shit about Jesus Christ or God or something, which he has done, but that's right, not. But at that,
in respect of the point you're making.
Right, but that exactly. So he's like, look, at the end of the day, this is a book, just like any other book, right? This is paper. Where do we get our paper? Fucking trees, right? And so it's like that's all it is. This is just text, but because it's this specific fucking text, all of a sudden this becomes sacred, right? It's like, no, it's no different from a fucking cross, right? It's like, why just because it's in that shape, all of a sudden it has, meaning to it. It's supposed to be a sense of power, a sense of entitlement, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
like, it's supposed to make you feel safe. It literally, like, I could carve that, I could go to a wood shop right now, carve that fucking shit in like 5, because it's just a T, right? Carve that fucking shit right now, and all of a sudden it becomes sacred. It's not like I sprinkled it with holy water, but because it's the fucking cross, all of a sudden it has this fucking, sacred
right, yeah,
religious value to it.
It's interesting, like what people decide to attribute, and I think it's really like, you decide what you want to attribute meaning to, and then when people have that, then when they have their own meaning that they attribute to something, then I guess I can see why they would take offense at someone. It's like, I don't know, I think of it in terms of like Maslow's hierarchy of needs, this like 1940s psychologist, where he said that basically people have these things that they need to have in order to achieve self-actualization in society. And basically, one of them is like at the bottom of the thing at the bottom of the pyramid, you have like food, shelter, and just like your basic necessities for life. But then higher up, you have things like security and like your personal values. And so then basically, like when one of those things is threatened, you feel this like just a backlash against it, and you feel a need to respond in some sort of like often just a negative response to that, because it feels like threatening. Yeah. So, but
I think it's this ideology that people have. That's all. But that's the point he was trying to make, is like, this is just paper. Why is everyone making a big deal out of this? You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's literally, there's, but because, it's this certain amount of text that's put on there, that's been fucking said a million times. But ultimately, it is just a book, it's like, but I'm not going to get into a whole fucking religious debate here. But, but that's the point he was trying to make. He's like, look, man, like, this is, just like, this is like, and it's consumerism too, right? It's like, it's all marketing. Right, and that's another point he was trying to make, is he's like, look, you gotta understand, like, this is one of the best-selling fucking, books, if not the best-selling book of all time, and it's like, because people are always want to fucking buy it.
Yeah, it is the best-selling book of all time.
So,
by a long shot, which is interesting.
And you go to a fucking hotel, right? You pull the fucking the nightstand, the little drawer from the nightstand. There's a fucking Bible in there for the people that want to feel safe, So it's I think it's he's just trying to make a point. Like, you have to understand, like, this is all everyone who manufactures this shit, you are making them so much fucking money. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, they could sell it for whatever fucking price it is, but because it's this and it is related to this, it gives it this sense of value that you give it. By the way, they don't market this shit. They're not like, when was the last time you saw a commercial that came after like a Subway commercial with Jared? And like after a Subway commercial, it was just like
buy the new King James edition.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I know people just go to the store and buy them.
But yo, bro, or like they start doing pre-order deals, right? Pre-order the New Testament, right?
Yeah, there's that
that New Testament, right? And then and get yourself fucking like a special gold-plated fucking rosary.
Dude, just in terms of like, I just gotta throw it out there. Like, this is honestly not a plug to K97.5 radio, because they don't need any plugs, but I gotta say, I like their tagline. It's that new. We got that new.
Is that what they say?
Yeah, like, we got that new.
We got that new.
It's not just enough to be new anymore.
Right.
That's old.
Yeah.
That's old.
New isn't new enough, bro.
Yeah, new isn't new enough. You got that new vow new.
I'm just afraid that in the future things are just going to get so new to the point where there's going to be 15 news before they get to their fucking point. Like, bro, K97.5, that new. Shit. It's like,
like I study English, and like you talk about like modernism came out in like 1940s. Then after that you have postmodernism. And then even some people after that have postmodernism, which is like, and there might even be postmodern. Like, where does it stop? Where does it end? You got to draw the line somewhere.
It's like post-apocalyptic. Look, man, how you gonna be post-apocalyptic?
Wait, tell me what is post? Because I know post-apocalyptic.
right? Oh no, I just made that shit up. I'm just saying, but can
That's
you?
Probably real.
But who knows? It might be. It might be. But like, tell me how the fuck. But if that were to happen, right? Theoretically speaking. How if there was a post-apocalyptic shit, because that's supposed to be a sense of like, it's dystopian, right? It's dystopian.
Let's start with
how are you gonna get more fucked up than you already like? The whole point of being post-apocalyptic is just being like in this shit situation.
Yeah, all right. Let's start off at the beginning, ground terms, just for everyone's on the same page.
We have to go back to like pre-Big Bang. That's post.
That's like a Big Bang is apocalyptic. So all right. Let's start off with apocalyptic. Apocalyptic is like the Russians or U.S. whatever, they send out their nukes, world is an apocalypse state, right? There's fallout everywhere. You can't go outside, or if you go outside, you're dead. You're already dead. Maybe there's like some zombies roaming around. They got all radiation poisoning. And shit
like Half-Life.
Half-Life. Yeah. Then I'd say post-apocalyptic. Most people's terms, what I conceive it is like society started to rebuild a little bit, and like maybe 90% of the population of the Earth is wiped out.
It's like Last of Us. Have you ever played Last of Us?
I've seen videos. I haven't played Last of Us, but I imagine it's like you played Fallout New Vegas. Yeah, I imagine it's kind of like Fallout New Vegas, or like The Stand by Stephen King, or.
But Fallout would be more. Fallout has more of like a steampunk.
It does, but it does have that whole like nukes went off.
Yeah.
All right. There's some.
Last of Us is like, I think that basically everything you described is literally just Last of Us, where it's like, or Resident Evil, right? I think.
Which Resident Evil?
I don't know. Pick one. They're all fucking like fucked pretty much, right?
Yeah.
Everyone in
Resident Evil, 4 maybe,
right.
5. Yeah. I don't know, because Resident Evil to me seems most of the games. I haven't played all of them. I've played 2. I think I've played Code Veronica, which I think might be a remake. I don't know. I played it on Dreamcast.
Code Veronica.
I played 4. I played 5. And I played a bit of Raccoon Operation Raccoon City, whatever it's called.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was not. yeah. That's like I said. I don't even know the real name of it because I only played it for like an hour.
Try to wipe that from me.
Yeah, try to wipe it from me.
You know what's a shame too, but I don't mean to stop you, but like the fucking. Is like before that game came out, I was like, bro, not gonna lie, this looks kind of fucking dope, right? Plays the bad guys, right? Why they want to kill Leon is beyond me, especially because like didn't that game take place like in the beginning of like, which doesn't make sense because like Leon, he's not even known yet, right? So it's like, what's your grudge against this guy? He's still a rookie cop, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, if it was like Resident Evil 4 or Resident Evil 6 Leon, that would make sense because by that time he's high profile. That dude's trying to fucking protect the president, right? Resident Evil 4, he was trying to protect the president's daughter, you know, fucking Ashley. So so that would make sense where he's like, who doesn't know Leon by that point, you know? But Resident Evil 1, Resident Evil 2, you know, it's like. He's fucking rookie.
It's just like
it's the first day on the fucking job. Well, not Resident Evil 1, but Resident Evil 2. It's the first day on the fucking job.
Yeah.
What the fuck is what is your grudge against this guy? You know, like what the fuck? Anyways, but yeah, continue.
That whole timeline gets, I don't know, it's fucked. It's beyond me. But yeah, like what I was saying, like what I like about the Resident Evil games, what I find is interesting, what like keep drawing me back to them and makes them like stand up in my mind as good works, is because they seem to take place in this self-contained atmosphere, this self-contained, like Resident Evil 5, not the greatest one by any stretch, but I still think it's a good game.
I enjoyed it. Here's the thing, because I've played Resident Evil since the first one. I've played them all, minus Operation Raccoon City. I watched a good amount of it, and I was like, I'm not gonna invest my time into this. Here's the thing with Resident Evil 5. I remember when I got the game because I pre-ordered it and I picked it up on launch day. And did you ever know Brian Kershaw?
I did not.
Brian, okay, well he was it was me, him, and his brother, and we all picked it up, and I made a vow. I was like, I'm not going to sleep until I beat this fucking game. So that's exactly what we did. We stayed up. Huh?
This was 5.
This was 5. Yeah, this was 5. Yeah. And we played co-op, me and Brian, and so we played from midnight all the way to 8 in the morning. That's when we beat it. Was around 8 in the morning.
Damn, you did it pretty fast.
Yeah, dude. It was like for me, this was number 1 because like they had a ranking, right? Like of like who beat it the quickest or whatever the fuck. Now clearly the top 10 people glitched it out because like the top 10 people,
it's always like on every game. Yeah.
Bruh, like the top 10 rankings, first of all from Japan, all within like 1 to 2 seconds. You cannot beat that game.
Yeah.
Dude, you can't even get to the menu in 1 to 2 seconds. Like, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? The loading times itself takes 1 to 2 seconds.
Yeah,
you know?
that shit
like,
just always
fuck
pisses
you.
me off. It's just like, why are you even doing this to get your name on the top of the list?
But
and it's never even real names either. It's just like a bunch of squares.
Right. But the list was based off 1 million people. We kept scrolling forever. We were, I think, in the world at 8,000, I think, something like that. So that to me was like number 1, right? I was like, dude, out of like a ranking of 1 million, which were all filled, by the way, right? We were 8,000, and like not like 8,000 exact, but it was around 8,000, something like that, just rounding. But it was like we were around 8,000. I was like, bruh. we did pretty fucking good, man.
Yeah.
Like that's number one to me. Worldwide, 8,000.
Yeah,
Fuck yeah, you know. Like I'll take that. I don't give a fuck, man.
That's awesome. Yeah, it was a fun game. Like I took more than 8 hours. I played it with a dude like who I went to school with, and then I never really saw him again after that. It was cool.
Did he get the G virus?
Yeah, he contracted it through the game. He's like Wesker, you don't see him again after
Oh
he's
boy.
done.
Oh boy.
He's done. Yeah, but
dude, can I just say real quick, Wesker in Resident Evil 5 was a fucking badass motherfucker.
dude, he's
man.
so badass. Those sunglasses, dude. He's always taking
Dog.
off his glasses.
The fucking, how do you feel about the dog? Oh, that was the best shit. That was the best shit. How do you feel about the movies?
I haven't really seen much of the movies.
Really?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. For me, I gotta tell you, man, I enjoy those movies. I really fucking do because they're so much fun. They're so much fun, those movies, especially in theaters, man. A lot of people talk shit about those movies, and I get it because video game movies don't have the best reputation.
No, they don't.
And rightfully so. A majority of them
But I
fucking
think
suck.
if you look at a lot of these video game movies as just like pieces of entertainment, for what they are,
Thank you,
you
man.
can get enjoyment out of it. Who's to invalidate
That's what I'm saying, man. Like,
I totally get that.
Here's the thing. For me, I think a lot of people are always like, "Oh, this didn't happen in the game. This didn't happen in the game." Dude, for me, I don't want to see shit that happened in the game because I already know what the fuck happened, especially if I've played it, Now, for me, I like to see the movies as an expansion of the universe of a particular IP, So like, I just expand it, whatever you a storyline that you wanted to do in a game but just never got around to doing, fucking do it in the movie,
Right.
Do a different storyline. I don't care.
Yeah, you don't
just
have to make.
as long as I feel like I'm in that universe. That's all you need to execute. Make me believe that this is the Resident Evil universe, Do whatever fucking storyline you want, but it needs to feel like Resident Evil.
Right.
I don't care what fucking story it is. Just make sure it feels like Resident Evil, and I'm okay with it, I don't need to see scene for scene. Now, it is kind of badass when they do kind of take like certain times of it, because the shit with the glasses star in Resident Evil 5, that was in Afterlife. They did that there's a side-by-side.
That's fucking badass.
Dude.
It's so cool.
Bro, in the movie, I saw it in theaters, and I was fucking, dude, here's the thing. Before, I have this thing, whenever I see a Fast and Furious movie, or whenever I see a Resident Evil movie in theaters, always drink an energy drink beforehand. So
gotta get amped.
Yeah, gotta get amped, man.
The fuck.
Funny enough, we were drinking amped when we went to go see that. But when I saw...
Shout out to Amp wants to sponsor.
Shout out to Amp, yo. So I saw that movie 3 times in theaters, and I enjoyed the movie so fucking much that I bought the steelbook of it. And dude, the steelbook of the DVD is fucking gorgeous. But when I saw that movie in theaters, dude, when that scene came up with that fight scene, dude, they did it frame for frame, the exact fucking thing. Beautiful homage, dude. I was like, oh, fuck yeah, dude. And the music that was playing. Are you familiar with A Perfect Circle at all? The band.
No, not too much.
So like. So they took like a song from them, and it was you couldn't have asked for a better fucking song, because it was like, it wasn't metal, but it wasn't like, I guess you could say it was hard rock, but it wasn't soft enough to be like, what is this pussy rock shit? I consider it soft rock pussy rock. I don't listen to that shit, but like, I need my shit to be heavy, but that's just me. But it wasn't like heavy enough to kind of like deter away from it. But it was like the perfect like hard rock. You couldn't have asked for a better fucking song to pick. And like right when he did the fucking glasses throwing thing, I was like, dog, it got so fucking real, dude. I had the energy drinks in there, And I think I saw it with Charles, and I was like, bruh. Just like in the theater, it's like, holy fuck, dude. Like I was getting sore. We saw it in 3D too, so it's like,
dude, yeah.
So when he threw, dog, when he threw the glasses, I was like, bro. Yeah, it was insane, dude.
Like cotton put on your face, like the Wesker.
Dude,
like,
hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, but dude, yeah, I know what you're like going back to what you were saying.
Those movies
before.
are like fun though.
Yeah, and like going back to it, and they're fun, and like I think that's the thing. Like when you're making a movie adapting from another work, whether it's books. Whether it's books a little different, because I think
book is a little different.
Books, I think books, it's important to really get the plot and the story and everything, because that's kind of the purpose of it. That's what book is. But if you're adapting from a video game, video game stories, I'm sorry, they're not the best. Most of them are they're bad. Okay, so if you're making a movie, I think the core thing, what really you should do is get the feel of the universe that video games try to create, because that's what video games as an artistic medium are good for.
Yeah.
Get some of the cool moments like the Wesker throwing the glasses.
Yeah.
Get Leon, popping out of the buildings in 4, like doing the barrel rolls and shit, all that cool stuff. Get a couple of those scenes in, and get the feel of the universe and some continuity nods, all that kind of stuff. But then beyond that, make your own story, make your own plot. You can have your own characters even.
Absolutely.
You can have just make it.
Look at Alice, right? Alice is the main Mila Jovovich, my wife, who's love you. Alice is not in any of the Resident Evils at all. She was completely made solely for the purpose of the movie, but I love her character. I think she's great, and as far as the Resident Evil storyline goes, it fits fucking perfectly. They made it fit.
Right, yeah, and you gotta have characters like that, like OC characters. You know, people like fanboys, whatever, they get mad. They'll say this didn't happen in the games. This is not. It's like it's not the games. It's different. It's
a fucking movie.
Yeah, it's a fucking movie. Yeah. It's not Resident Evil 6.
I don't look.
Or 7 or it's not. It's a big game that isn't out yet. They're making its own thing. It's gotta be its own thing.
Yeah, I don't want to see. Well, like I said earlier, it's an expansion of the universe, right? I want to see as much Resident Evil as possible, but I don't want you to rehash shit.
Yeah,
if I've already seen it, I don't want to fucking see it again. Especially if I'm paying for it, I don't want to fucking see it again. You know, make your own goddamn storyline. You know, now unless you can be like extremely fucking faithful to it, like and still make. It's weird. Like, did you ever see the Silent Hill movie?
No, I have not seen
that movie's fucking. I think that is the best video game movie. Honestly,
really,
that movie is fucking brilliant, and as a Silent Hill fan, it made me so happy.
Because I gotta say, for Silent Hill has some of the best video game storylines I've ever played.
Dude,
like 2, work of art.
Yeah,
work of art.
2's gorgeous.
And that's one of the very few games I'd say that for.
The Akira Yamaoka, who composes the score, he does the score for all the Silent Hills. Dude, I love that man more than anything. I think without him, I don't think Silent Hill it would still be great, but without his music, I don't know what it would be like. You know, it's like that his music really makes the games for me, and he inspires a lot of what I do. You know, like when people always ask me, like, dude, like who inspires your music? Who do you look up to and stuff? I was like, I named 3 fucking people, man. That's BT, Serge Tankian, and Akira Yamaoka. Those 3 fucking guys, man, because they have their own distinct sound, you know. Akira Yamaoka, especially. I mean, whenever I play a Silent Hill game, one of the things I look most forward to is like, what type of music am I going to listen to this time? You know, what's gonna accentuate the atmosphere? You know, what's going to complement what's going on? So you know, you can kind of exude and convey the feelings of all the darkness that's going on. But I completely agree. Silent Hill 2 was fucking brilliant. But the film, dude, because the film is basically based off of the first one, you know. Right. But in the first one, here's the difference between the first one and the film. So in the first one, spoilers for anyone who hasn't fucking played the first one. Even though it's not really a spoiler because they tell you like right at the beginning of the game, so it's not like a fucking like plot twist or anything. But so in the game, the mother. In the movie, the lead character is Rose Da Silva, right? Who's played by what's her fucking name? I can't remember her fucking name right now, but she's a fucking fantastic actor. But motherfucker, it's driving me crazy. But I can just look it up. But she's the main character, and she's the mother of Alessa Gillespie, you know, or Cheryl. Cheryl is, you know, really the chick, but who's really Alessa Gillespie. But in the game, you play as the father, right? You play as Harry Mason, right? And but in this movie, instead of the father, it's the mother. Now in the game, there is no mother because the mother died of like cancer, like before Cheryl was even born. But in the movie they decided to switch it around and they're just like, dude, let's just make it and I think for the sake of the movie, I think that is stronger because, you know, when you think of family, you know, when you think of kids, you know, there's one line that I will never fucking forget that she said in the movie close to the end where she goes, because, you know, Silent Hill is how it works is like it's very much just like distorted. You know, it varies from character to character, you know, which monsters appear because it is like your deepest thoughts distorted into a nightmarish fucking world, you know. Like the nurses, for example. The only reason why the nurses kind of came to be was because of the second one, actually. Because in Silent Hill 2...
See, I'm not too familiar with a lot of Silent Hill.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I've played 2 and I've played... I mostly really just played 2, so yeah. Tell me about it.
So Silent Hill 2, that's when we first saw the nurses, right? Mm-hmm. But they became so iconic. You know,
Yeah,
such
very
such
iconic.
such.
That and Pyramid Head.
And Pyramid Head. And Pyramid Head.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Like enemies of the franchise.
Absolutely. If not video games in general, they are.
Yeah, really.
You know,
Yeah.
Pyramid Head especially. So Rada Mitchell, she's the one that played Rose da Silva. Fucking fantastic actress. So in Silent Hill 2, he lost his wife. God, what was the fucking guy's name in Silent Hill 2? It was Henry something, yeah, or no, Henry Townshend is from Silent Hill 4.
Anyway, Silent Hill 2,
Jacob something, whoever the fuck was the lead character of Silent Hill 2, who I can't fucking remember right now. But so his wife had passed away, and or no, I'm sorry, she didn't pass away. She was like lost or whatever. So that he was trying to find her in Silent Hill, and so. The reason why the nurses came to be is because this guy was sexually frustrated,
Yeah.
So that's why when you look at the nurses, they're fucked up, but they got a fucking body on them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
you can see underneath that nurse's uniform.
Right.
They got
it's
that hourglass figure.
Yeah, exactly. And somebody's been working out, man. It's like where's the gym in Silent Hill, please? So. But so that's how they came to be, though, is because they stated multiple times he's just dude, he's just dude, he's a lonely guy, and he misses his wife, and it's but he doesn't want to fucking cheat on her. It's dude, just rub one out, but do what you want to do. But so he he goes. I mean, this is it. Look, sex is just one of those things where it's an anthropological inevitability. It's just it's all gonna happen to us one day, right? It's fucking nuns and priests, fuck you. You've had sex before. I know you've had sex before. Even if you don't want to admit it. Whether it's here or at home, you've had sex before. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, we've seen there's videos.
Yeah, there's videos. Yeah. I've
House of Fun.
Right? Yeah. It's just those basic human. It's primitive. It's been like that since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
It's not
it's the point of existence.
Right.
Procreation.
Exactly. So, but we're not gonna go down that fucking path. But we can talk forever on that topic, which I would love to, because I love talking about anthropology and sociology and all that stuff. But that's this is a gaming channel, so so for Silent Hill, that's how the nurses came to be, though, because they're supposed to be a fucked up, version of your imagination. They take your needs and turn them into fucking distorted nightmares, basically.
Right.
So let's say, especially for things I was afraid of too. Let's say I don't like spiders, right? So if I went to Silent Hill, chances are if I had to fight a boss, if I encountered a boss fight, right, and this was me personally, if Silent Hill existed, chances are there would probably be a fuck ton of spiders everywhere.
That's what's interesting about Silent Hill is it tries to tap into those basic fears, those shared fears that we have as a society. I mean, going down a little bit of the anthropology route again, but still to keep it very much gaming related. People have a lot of people have fears of hospitals. You hear that all the time. I hate going to hospitals. I'm scared there. I hate going to dentists. I'm scared there.
Alchemia, right? Yeah. That's what's fucking.
Yeah, totally. And so when you have those twisted, fucked up conceptions of nurses, it taps into that shared fear we have as a society that everybody can relate to, because it's everyone's afraid of if you go, I don't know, the operating table under anesthesia, you have this hot banging ass nurse, but it's still who knows what she's sticking me with in there. Could be, you don't know. You don't know what they're about to do.
This could be my last moment alive.
Yeah, this could be my last moment alive right now. I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. I'm gonna wake up, watch too many horror movies.
And and that's once again that's where the nurses came from, because that I think, if I'm not mistaken, he didn't like hospitals either, right? So it's this combination of sexual frustration and hospitals. So that's where you get these fucked up nurses. Even Lisa, right? Lisa, the one with the fucking blood coming from her eyes and shit.
Oh
right?
yeah.
She's she with the fucking.
You ever played? Speaking of PS. Well, I guess I played it on the Xbox, but originally it's PS1 game, right?
What?
Silent Hill 2.
Silent Hill was PS1 exclusively.
PS1. You ever played Realms of the Haunting PS2 game? Always wanted to play that.
No.
Their survival horror game.
Well, when I think Haunting, I think of Haunting Grounds. That was on PS2. Haunting Grounds was crazy. Haunting Grounds, I don't know if you remember.
Was that the one with the girl and the dog?
Yeah.
That's the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, Haunting Grounds,
That game sounds
that shit's awesome.
Awesome. Yeah, I've been wanting to play that for a while.
Beautiful game. Beautiful fucking game. Another thing that I always loved about Silent Hill is like literally more as great as the games are. Simply reading them, dude. I have spent hours on the Silent Hill wiki, just like not the Wikipedia page of Silent Hill, but like you know how like some games have like their own like wiki website. I've spent hours on the Silent Hill wiki, and it's just like it's amazing how deep the stories go and just how
deep goes deep, man.
Dog. It's like it's amazing to fucking read all of it, man. Like the things about what happened to Alessa Gillespie and how she came to be, and her, the things with Claudia Wolf.
Oh, where did they pull this stuff from?
It's all from the game. All from the game, and this is just stuff that people have just decoded over time, or deciphered, but it's just great to read all of that, and like just not to mention all of that combined with, because Silent Hill's had a whole bunch of like spin-offs, not only with games, but like comics as well, right? Manga, the movies, of course.
Right? Yeah, and it becomes hard to decipher it all when it's like, especially
but they're
like different visions of different authors. Writers, like a game will have a dedicated team.
Right.
Probably have one guy. Well, games is more like you'll have maybe multiple guys at the head, being like, this is the direction, this is the story. We're gonna have this stuff buried down deep of like characters' motivations, histories, past. Might not even be revealed in the game. Maybe there'll be some like notes, because there's notes and stuff scattered throughout Silent Hill games that you read, and it gives you like a glimpse into different characters' pasts and histories and things like that. But a lot of it is just so far beneath the surface that it's not even like within the context of the game. You can only figure it out through countless playthroughs, countless people playing through it, and a lot of time and effort.
The story behind Alessa Gillespie, man, she's kind of the reason why Silent Hill is the way that it is. But the thing is, like, I can't help but be sympathetic towards her, because like even though she's the reason kind of why Silent Hill is why it's fucked up, she didn't really mean to. She's actually like this poor girl. Her story, the way it kind of came to be, and they touch on that a little bit in the film, which is she was bullied as a fucking child, man. And then she was bullied as a child, and then there's this order. They call themselves the Order, which is like this like religious cult. And basically, they want to create this place called what is it called? I think they just call it Paradise. I think it's just not. They just call it Paradise, which is like basically they just want the world to start over. It's just like we're gonna give birth to God, and then we're gonna wipe out humanity and just start over. Apparently, they want that. But instead, what they did is, they ended up just burning Alessa Gillespie. But even though, because she carried God, even though she was like 14, they forced her to like give birth or whatever. So, but they touched that a lot on Silent Hill Origins, which is fucking crazy. But it's so sad, man. Just like everything that happened. And so on Silent Hill 1, spoilers, which you said you haven't played Silent Hill 1, right?
No.
Are you okay with me?
Yeah, go ahead, spill the beans, dude.
Well, So Harry Mason, right? So the reason why you get to Silent Hill to begin with is because you want to go on vacation, right? So, or your daughter wants to go on vacation, Cheryl Mason, right? So she wants to go on vacation, but while you're passing through Silent Hill, all of a sudden you see this like little ghost figure pass by, and the father, Harry Mason's just like, oh shit. So he tries to not hit whoever the fuck is crossing the road. He didn't want to fucking cause any casualties. So he fucking passes by, and fucking the car flips over, and he gets knocked the fuck out, right? And he wakes up, and he looks over, and his daughter's not there anymore. He's like, whoa, what the fuck? So the whole time you're going through this game trying to find your daughter, basically. But long story short, your daughter's dead. Your daughter's been fucking dead, right? Not always, but like she died at that car crash. She died in that car crash. But she became Alessa Gillespie, basically. She was a piece of her soul. Basically, because Alessa Gillespie, when they fucking got rid of her, I think they put her souls in various places, kind of very much like a Voldemort type thing, Where it's like, let's get rid of it, put the 7 souls here. So at the end, depending on how you play the game, you either fight God or the devil, which is fucking insane. And
this is in 1.
This is in 1, yeah. And then you end up getting the baby, a newborn baby, which is just Cheryl again, basically, or Alessa Gillespie. And then you just make it out, And then Silent Hill 2, which is a completely different game. This is based off another guy. But Silent Hill 3 is when Silent Hill 3 is a continuation of 1, which is I don't know why they did that. Which is like Silent Hill 1 and the Silent Hill 2 make it their own thing.
You know, it happens with some other games like.
But it's beautiful. All the games are great.
Yeah, but like for more, Silent Hill is made by Capcom, correct? Right? Or
Konami.
Konami, that's right. Okay, but in terms of like 2 being a departure for the series and then 3 being a return to form, even though Silent Hill, well, I don't know if I'd say that because they're all great, but like Devil May Cry, you have the first one is made by the same production company, then 3 is made by the same production company, 2 is like reviled by critics, by fans alike. It has like it's almost it's like been
I didn't. Yeah, Devil May Cry 2 kissed my ass, man.
Yeah.
I didn't like Devil May Cry 2.
Yeah, no one likes it, and it's been like almost what do you call it? Like disowned by the creators. Like, this is not canon anymore. Like, we don't accept this as this isn't real. Don't even think of it as like a Devil May Cry game because it's not. And people say that with the newer one too. Actually, just Devil May Cry.
I loved DMC. I thought DMC was fantastic.
I didn't play too much of it. I played a little bit of it, and I mostly saw videos. So like I don't have a complete understanding of it, but I liked what I saw. Honestly, I thought people hated it because it wasn't.
Yeah,
wasn't what the old ones were.
Right. Here's the thing. Look. I try to keep an open mind as much as possible. But I remember when they announced the reboot back in 2012, I think, because it came out in 2013. So 2012 when they announced it at E3, it was like, we're doing a remake. When I saw Dante, I couldn't tell you how pissed off I was. I was like, this isn't fucking Dante. What the fuck's he doing with black hair? The fuck is he doing? Like, this isn't him. This isn't his style. Why is he just wearing a tank top? Where the fuck is his badass leather jacket? I mean, he still has a leather jacket, but it was like, this isn't the same. What the fuck is this? Like, I was furious, And I was like, dude, I don't know how to feel about this, man. And then, the demo came out. I played the demo. I was like, dog, this is kind of fucking amazing, right?
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Even though it doesn't look like Dante, it still is Dante because his personality is still very much the same, And one thing that I've always loved about Dante, like if I had to list my top 5 favorite video game characters, top 3 even, Dante would be.
Dante's up there in mine too.
And the reason why I say that is because he doesn't feel like, and this is very fucking hard to do nowadays, where it's like he even ever since the first one, ever since Devil May Cry 1, he has never felt like someone just came into a vocal booth and just did it. He very much and just did like the voice acting. He feels like his own entity.
Yeah, he does.
Like I don't.
His mannerisms to like the voice.
Everything is so natural.
Feels like and like what I like about him is that he feels like, I don't know. This is like more a gripe I have with direction video games taking the last 4 or 5 years, but. Everything has to be like super realistic, super real, this could happen in reality. Dante is not a guy that could exist in any sphere of normal human existence. But that's what's so awesome about him. Because it's a video game, it doesn't have to be real. We have reality already. Let's do something different. If we're playing a video game, we're trying to have some kind of different experience. Let's have a guy like Dante who's just crazy all the time.
Just a badass motherfucker.
Yeah, badass motherfucker eating pizza with his feet up on his desk.
Hell yeah.
Then a demon busts in, does a flip.
That's the thing too. Is like as much as he is his own thing and it's very fucking crazy and it's like this could never happen in real life. He's still like relatable in that sense too. It's just like dude's just chilling, right? He just wants to eat his fucking pizza.
Eats his pizza.
Right?
And,
That's
hang
it.
out on his
desk,
just
chilling,
dude.
right? Now the only reason why he's fucking doing all this fighting and shit is because those motherfuckers are coming after him,
Yeah.
He's just chilling, It's not like he made it his fucking job to fucking be like, I'm gonna hunt down every fucking demon there is. I'm gonna make a holocaust of demons.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
His shop is I think it's we do anything shop.
He's one of those freelance guys, right? He's a contractor.
Freelance contractor.
Yeah,
but if somebody came in and was like, Dante, I need help with my homework, he'd be like, all right, let's sit down.
Yeah, let's fucking do it.
He puts on his glasses. He's like, what level of math are you?
But look, I mean, the dude's also just like he's just trying to make money, right? Like he's not. That's the problem. That's the problem with a lot of video game characters too. Is they make them very rich, And like Dante's just like, dude, I'm just chilling, I got my own business called Devil May Cry. That's why it's called Devil May Cry. Even though they never really touched on that in the new one, they was just like, in the first one they made it like apparent. It was just like, this is his job. He owns this place. It's called Devil May Cry.
It's cool, man.
Yeah. But in DMC, then I don't think he even owns a bit. He's just chilling in his trailer like in the beginning. But
he has a trailer.
Yeah, he has a trailer in the beginning. Yeah, he's just fucking chilling. I don't think he has a job. He just wakes up one day just fucking naked. It was.
He can't even afford clothes, man.
No, man. But I very much enjoyed the character, and there were like little hints here and there of just like homages to the original Devil May Cry. Like there's one like 15 minutes in, I think, when you're about to fight this big like demon that's coming after you that ends up being your first boss battle. There's one part where there's like a huge, before he gets, or maybe he's already in limbo. Yeah, he's already in limbo, and like all this like wind starts coming by and all this like debris and shit. And there's this like mirror here, very much looking like this mirror here, and he's just kind of like. And he's walking out of this like building, and he just gets hit with this fucking wig or something, and it's like the same wig as Dante's original, character, the white hair and stuff like that, kind of long. And he looks over, and he's just like, he looks in the mirror while he's like wearing this wig, and he's just like, not in a million years, and he just takes it off.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's great.
And I was like, okay, all right, I love this. This is great. This is great. So I love what they did with the new Devil May Cry. I think it's very respectable of just what the essence of Devil May Cry. I loved it. I thought it was fantastic, But I was one of those fanboys when they first announced it. I was just like, I was offended. I don't get offended,
Yeah.
So I saw this and I was like, how dare you?
Yeah.
Who the fuck do you think you are, motherfucker? Yeah. Like what the fuck?
I didn't have quite a.
I had all these qualms, man.
Yeah, I didn't have quite the reaction. Just I played some of the Devil May Cry, and I bought like the HD remake for Steam for 3, and I got 4, and but I didn't like grow up with the series. I didn't play.
Oh, I grew up. Yeah, that was.
So I can understand that reaction.
When I first bought my PS2, that was one of my first games. Was Devil May Cry.
It's a damn good game.
Right to start with. Yeah.
3 is such a good game, dude.
3 was great. It was Dante's Awakening, right?
When he's young.
That was good shit. That was good shit.
He's he's got like the coolest hair of the time. Like he's got like the coolest outfit. He's wearing that like weird like black band across his chest. No practical purpose.
As great as that game was, I think just even one of my favorite games of all time is still the original Devil May Cry. I think just because like the way the way that story developed and just getting from the beginning all the way to the ending and just that final fucking boss fight was just the most absurd shit to me. And I was like, this is life-changing. Like, this is one of the greatest games I've ever played in my entire life. Not to mention, for that time, holy fucking shit, what a revolutionary fucking game, right? You don't usually see, like, fast-paced shit like that, like, especially to run on that fucking hardware, I mean, like, we see, pretty great shit now, but, like, you don't think about it, but, like, back then, there were games that really pushed hardware, man, that just, like, I mean, like, now, the only thing that I've seen that's really impressed me is The Order. Have you seen this game, The Order 1886? No. It's coming out on PS4, and this is the most photorealistic game I've ever seen. And the game looks great itself, but the game doesn't run at 60 frames. And that's where it's just like, as good as that game looks, it's not at its full potential. Even if you are taking full advantage of the system, which I'm sure they are, I mean, the game looks like, holy shit, like it looks... Like, you sure this is a game? You sure this isn't like filmed in real life? Like, it's insane how good it looks.
Real life, dog.
Right.
Question.
But I think if you really want to push the technical boundaries, you should make it run in 60 frames. But but look, at the end of the day, I don't really care if it's something that's 30 or 60. But compared to like back then, where it's like Devil May Cry, the graphics were gorgeous and it ran at 60 frames, dude. It ran because like back then, like the very few games ran at 60 frames. Majority ran at fucking 30, But that was one of those games, and you kind of need hack and slash games like that, where you need to be as smooth as possible.
Yeah,
to see with so much shit going on too. Like
certain games really they stand the test of time, and it's really like the best games from each generation. It's easy for people to look back and say, oh, like games were better back 10, 15, 20 years ago, whenever. But it's really the games like Devil May Cry 1 or 3. Not 2. Fuck 2.
2 never happened.
Yeah, 2 never happened. Or Silent Hill.
Honestly, dude, did you like 4?
Devil May Cry 4?
Yeah.
I do like 4. I like Nero. I didn't like him having like the weird arm so
the
much.
devil arm.
Yeah.
I didn't mind that arm. Honestly, I like the arm. I like the arm more than him, actually. I thought the arm was kind of cool. I just like, because it very much, I don't know, I felt like Scorpion every time I fought, I was just like, get over here. It was just like fucking grabbing shit.
I wanted to do more melee stuff, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. I didn't like it had this like weird charge mechanic that I never fully understood. It was just annoying because like I felt like I always had to be charging the sword, even when, and it made you slow down.
because I wanted to get from point A to point B faster.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of running around, a lot of backtracking in that game, and then it's like, oh, I gotta charge this, rev up this sword, and that takes up like you go from the walking to, I mean, you go from running to walking, and you gotta like charge it, and then you take 2 swings to charge it over. And it's like, shit, I gotta charge this shit again. It doesn't really matter, but it does a lot of damage, and I don't know, it slowed it down a bit, and a lot of that game just felt slow compared to 3 or even 1, which were really fast all the time.
Yeah.
So, but 4 does have some great boss fights, I gotta say. The first one you have with the huge, like, kind of like Taurus-esque demon, he's like
didn't you fight Dante in the beginning, though?
Oh shit, yeah, you do. The first boss fight is Dante.
Yeah, it is Dante. I was about to say, because I was like, I thought it was Dante.
But yeah, I don't know. I guess I didn't think of that as like a real boss fight.
I don't know. I thought that shit was fucking difficult.
It was difficult.
That's why it's a boss fight to me, man.
Yeah, but like I was like, I knew Dante. I'm like, we're not gonna kill Dante right now. Dante's not gonna about to die.
Right, yeah, no.
So I'm like, so this will be over like in a cutscene or something after I get him down to certain health. But that first boss fight you have this like huge fucking, like, I think it's the biggest boss you had. Like 3 didn't have any bosses like that were just like fucking huge. This guy was like, he was like a horse, Taurus, I don't know, fucking centaur motherfucker. He was like 50 times your size.
Yeah.
And he's just like, he actually wasn't that hard. I found Dante harder, but in terms of early game, but you don't have things like that in in the game preceding it. So it was really cool to see at the time.
Dude, honestly, man, like my problem with Nero is because I think it's just because I fell so in love with Dante over the last 3 games.
Yes, he's a charismatic, sexy motherfucker.
He's fucking right.
Yeah,
right?
It's hard not to fall in love with him.
Yeah, but like,
you gotta try not.
So it upset me that just like, I think I would have been okay with Devil May Cry if it was a new character overall. Because for me, Nero, first of all, you are a Dante wannabe. You look just like fucking Dante, except you're a whiny ass bitch.
Right.
Fuck you. Like,
well,
I don't want to deal with this,
man. He's
man.
Virgil's son, man.
What?
The implication is that he's Virgil's kid.
So he should look more like Virgil, not like Dante. Why
They're
is he
twins? They're twins.
But why are you wearing red just like Dante? Why not wear blue?
Yeah, fair point. That's a fair
Virgil
point.
fucking wears blue. I don't know. He just looks. And then for me, like I remember when I first popped in the game, I was like, because I never saw any trailers for it. I just saw Devil May Cry. It just kind of came out one day, and I guess I was so busy at the time I never knew it was coming out. So I remember walking into GameStop one day, and I was like, oh fuck, Devil May Cry 4. I was like, instant buy for me. And then an instant return afterwards. Dude, I got the shit, and then I was like, why am I not playing as Dante? I want to play as Dante. I love Dante. I want to play as Dante forever.
Right.
And then I ended up playing as Nero, who just did nothing but fucking complain, dude. It's just
he's
like
a whiny guy.
Yeah, it was just like because like the whole time like. What happened? Wasn't he like seeing some chick too, or something?
Yeah,
like
there
that?
was at the beginning. Yeah, she's like Nero.
Yeah,
and you're just like, I was just like,
fuck.
I immediately just like facepalm. I was just like, I don't even want to fucking care about this. I don't want some stupid love story in the middle of my Devil May Cry.
I don't mind a love story because like the thing with Dante and Trish was fine with me. Right, Trish from Devil May Cry 1, like she's like super sexy too. It's just like so it's just like my man doing it right, And then there's Lady, of course, as well, right?
I found Lady annoying though.
Really, I didn't mind her too much.
I don't know.
But then Nero came along and I was like, fuck, dude, like why? I mean, he just constantly complained, just such a emo fucking cunt. Like, I don't want to hear this. I I want to play the game. I want to do badass. I want to go crazy, fucking flashy combos. I want you to be sarcastic as fuck. That's another reason why I love Dante, right? Because his personality is I'm pretty sarcastic myself. So like every time I understood his humor, right? Every time he said something funny, I would laugh my fucking ass off and be like, I fucking love this guy. Yeah. One of my favorite characters. He's one of my favorite characters. I'll always love the sarcastic characters, right? Guys like fucking. I think one of the first ever sarcastic characters I ran into was Tommy Vercetti on GTA Vice City, right? Tommy Vercetti, I fucking love that guy, right?
Yeah.
When you can even when there's shit going on, when you can maintain your composure. You know what I'm saying? Stay chill.
Yeah.
Still be a funny motherfucker.
Crazy like fucking enemies flying through the screen, bullets flying at you.
I love that, man.
This is why some witty one-liner.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's my man right there, right? I love Tommy Vercetti, right? I love Dante, right? And I love Ezio from Assassin's Creed. He's another one of those guys where it's so fucking suave. You know what I'm saying? Just not a ladies' man, right? Funny as fuck. and badass as shit. He'll kill anyone. You fuck with any of his friends, he'll fucking come after you, stab you in the fucking throat. Like, my man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love those characters. I love Ezio to death, man. And no pun intended. But spoilers. So, you know, got characters like that. So that's why I think that was another problem for me. Is like, you know, just Nero. He didn't fit for me. He didn't fit in. He didn't fit in for me. I did like his double arm though. I know you said you didn't like it too much, but I enjoyed it because it was a nice change of pace. You know, as far as like, you know, the combat goes, but Nero overall as a character, I couldn't do it, man.
My favorite character's got to be, I mean, Dante, awesome, but like I really like Virgil. Virgil's my man, dude. And a lot of why I like him is because I play Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and they recreated his character from DMC3 perfectly, just fucking perfectly. It's so good. Like I was playing DMC3 with my buddies, and we were playing through the whole game together. And I'd just be annoying him because I would every attack he had, every like mannerism, every quote he had, they like translated perfectly into Marvel vs. Capcom. So I would just be commenting constantly. I'm like, oh, they have that in this game. They have that in this game. They have that in this game. Right. It's like, dude, I get it. They have this guy perfectly in that game. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, stop saying that. I'm
right.
Well, I'm like, whatever. I don't care. I'm gonna keep saying it because it's so cool. Not like they have, dude, Virgil. And if have you played the special edition of DMC3?
That's the one I have. Yeah, on my
yeah,
PS2.
You get to play as Virgil in that one, and yeah, that's the one I played too.
Yeah.
And like, we only played that one afterwards. I think after I'd beaten the whole game, or maybe gotten close to the whole game, you can just wreck train through the game with Virgil. He's OP as fuck, and I love it. You go through the game.
It's so much fun to clear
you go through the game, like, you know, getting your ass kicked for a while as Dante. You mean, I can't tell you how many times I died. It's a difficult game, man. Yeah. But you learn.
I meant to bring that up earlier. I was like, didn't you find DMC3 just absurdly fucking hard?
Yeah,
like,
fuck, so many times I died, but it's rewarding in that you learn how to fight the enemies and you get better and better, and then you feel a sense of accomplishment. But then when you play as Virgil, you come along and you have that knowledge of how to play, beat those characters, combined with just fucking OP attack, like speed, fucking everything. You just fucking wreck train through the game. It's just so fun, dude. It's so fun. If anyone hasn't done that, like, totally recommend that experience.
So speaking of Virgil, one of my favorite moments in the new in the reboot is you said you didn't play all the way through it.
Which one?
Did you watch it at least, or DMC?
I watched a lot of it. I gotta say I didn't play. I watched I watched most of it. Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know if you remember this one part where, like, after an absurdly fucking difficult part, they're going to Mundus's office, and like so Dante is in limbo, but Virgil I think he can go in and out in between. No, I think he needs Cat's help for that. I can't remember exactly what happened, but regardless, he's kind of like in like a ghost state. You can kind of see here, but like. You don't have to see the video, but I'm about to play this little clip here that made me laugh so hard. Because this is one of my favorite moments from DMC, of just Dante and Virgil talking. Because whenever they talk to each other, they have some of the best interactions ever.
Dude, they always do.
Because you can tell that they're brothers too. Like, it's hard. Here's the thing. Like, in a lot of movies and games, like you can tell me certain people are siblings and stuff, regardless if they look alike or not. But sometimes the chemistry just isn't good enough.
Yeah, you just won't believe it. You won't believe it.
But in DMC, like,
it feels so real.
Yeah, dude. Exactly. Yeah. So there's this conversation.
You can tell the tension, dude. Like that scene in DMC3 when they both get the guns out. Virgil doesn't normally use guns, and they're like, all right. Virgil's like, all right, fine, Dante, I'll humor you. They kill it's the father of Lady, I think, together. Mm-hmm. They do like the gun thing. One's holding him like this, and it's so cool. Like, that relationship feels genuine, Yeah.
So there's this.
Tom, let's watch the clip you're talking about.
There's this scene where it's like all you need to do is hear it, but like the fucking this is just like, this was one of the funniest fucking moments to me. in DMC, and hands down one of the most memorable. It's just this conversation that they have after they're talking, because they're always trying to outdo each other, right? They're brothers, right? They're always Dante thinks he's better than Virgil, Virgil thinks he's better than Dante. Because he's the badass, he's badass, and he's got the wit, but Virgil's like very much the smart guy, he's the techie guy, So they had this conversation where it's like, which is just great, and I'll play it now and listen to this.
You made it. You made quite the team. I'm stronger. I'm smarter. I'm better looking. Well, this is behind the vault door. Let's not keep him waiting. And I got a bigger dick.
I love that, man. That's hands down one of my favorite scenes. Because it's just like I wasn't expecting that at all. They're just like Dante goes, I'm stronger. Virgil goes, I'm smarter. Dante goes, I'm better looking. And then Virgil, he looks over to make sure there's no enemies, and as they're walking away, he goes, I got a bigger dick. I love it, man. I love it. That's hands down one of my favorite scenes of that game. Always trying to outdo each other, man. I love it. But yeah, what the fuck was I gonna say? Something DMC related. Oh yeah. So what I did like about DMC a lot was at the end, he did end up getting his white hair back. So
he does.
Yeah. So I was like, okay. Now I'm really not even mad anymore, because like I said, when they first unveiled it, I was like, fuck is this, No, the dude don't even have white hair. But then at the very end of the game, 5 minutes before you're done, he gets the white, because every time he uses Devil Trigger, it takes up a lot of his energy, So it's starts to get gray hair after a while, and then he just ended up getting a full head of white hair afterwards. That looks just like the original Dante, and I was like, okay, that's pretty awesome. I like that. I can't even be mad anymore. This game is fucking amazing. I love it.
I thought he was cool, yeah.
Not to mention the soundtrack. Holy shit. The soundtrack was this perfect blend of metal and this a comprehensible dubstep, It was this perfect blend, man. Perfect blend.
Sometimes some a similar kind of video game soundtrack. You ever play Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that game has an awesome soundtrack.
I'm a big fan of Platinum Games. Platinum Games is the one that they developed that. They're not head by Hideki Kamiya, but he is one of the big directors there. Who the fuck is
Kojima?
No, Kojima's at Kojima Studios. Platinum Games is Hideki Kamiya. He's the guy that made.
But Kojima Studios worked on Revengeance as well.
I think Kojima himself supervised it. Platinum developed it though.
Okay.
I don't think Kojima Productions actually did anything with it, because that game wasn't Metal Gear at all. So that game was very much just a hack and slash, which is what Platinum does.
But yeah, I saw the logo. It's the logo comes up every time you load it up.
Right. Well, I think it's there because it's their IP.
Overarching. Yeah, right. It's their IP.
It's their IP.
Yeah.
So Kojima did look over it, but so Hideki Kamiya, this is a guy who I love. When I after Kojima, for me it's Hideki Kamiya as far as who I think are game developing gods. Kojima. Let's go through his. Not Kojima. I'm sorry, Kamiya. Let's go through his credits right here. All right, this is every game he's made, and I didn't realize this for a long time. And I was like, dude, you are responsible for every game I've ever loved in my life. All right, Devil May Cry he made. All right, that's his game. That was all came from his fucking head. Kamiya, all right, Hideki Kamiya. Devil May Cry, Okami, Beautiful Joe, Bayonetta.
Oh yeah.
All right, fucking Wonderful 101. All right, Resident Evil 2 or Resident Evil 3, one of those. All him. Actually, he co-created Resident Evil with Shinji Mikami. But he directed the second one, I believe. Which a lot of people say is their favorites. So. Maybe it was the thing. He either directed the second or the third one. Regardless, he directed one and he fucking co-created it, right? This guy is responsible for so many of these great franchises, right? Beautiful Joe, Okami, Devil May Cry, Bayonetta, fucking Resident Evil. Fucking holy shit, dude. Wonderful 101. If there's gonna be Wonderful 102.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
You do no wrong, dude.
Dog, that dude is it's an absurd amount of talent. But you see that there is But you can tell it's him because there is usually a similarity between all these games, right? Look, Bayonetta, it's a female Devil May Cry, right? Well, I love Bayonetta to death. She's one of my favorite characters ever too, you know, because she's very witty, just like Dante.
Yeah, she is like, that's what I get. Like,
I love her.
I'm playing through it right now, actually. The first one.
The first one?
Yeah, and I gotta say, I totally same feel as
I
Dante.
love her. Bayonetta 2 blows Bayonetta 1 out of the water, though, man. Bayonetta 2 is absolutely brilliant. When I played through it, the final boss fight is the most ridiculous shit I've ever played in the history of video games.
I want to play, man. I just don't have the
Wii U.
Yeah.
Wii U, you gotta get it, man.
Dude, I gotta ask you, like, we gotta talk. Now's probably not the time, but we gotta talk. I gotta ask you some questions about Bayonetta 1, because, like, I'm looking, like, what kind of upgrades to get and what kind of things like that to spend the points on, and I just don't know really. Like, I mostly use the katana, and
yeah, I never used the katana much.
What did you use?
I never used the katana much. I used, you know what I used a lot is the little, like, rose thorn ropes. Do you have those?
I don't have those.
Those are
I might not be that far in the game yet.
You might get those later on, man. Those are fucking...
I'm not sure how far I am, but
Holy
not
shit.
too far. Probably like a third of the way.
What was the last thing you remember?
Just being on this podcast with you. No.
In the game, I was
so I just beat the her Echo sister, whatever the
Jean?
other. Yeah, for like the first time, I think.
Oh, you're way in the beginning then.
Okay, I guess so.
That's
yeah.
like Jesus Christ. You're like not even 2 hours in.
No, I'm farther than that. I'm like
The first time you beat
in. It must be, maybe it's the second time or something.
The first time you fight Jean is in that big there's I think it's on top of like a plane or something that's crashing down or something. It's something that's falling midair.
Yeah, you're flying. You're like jumping through like debris falling down. I play through games pretty slowly compared to most people, but yeah, I'm like fighting her around then, and yeah, I guess I'm still pretty early. I don't know.
Yeah, there's if it's the first time, and it's the time I'm thinking of, that's pretty fucking early.
Damn, I guess I got. It's a long road, dude.
It's a long game. But god damn, what a fucking good game. You know, Bayonetta. I just love her in general. Like, I want to marry her. And,
Bayonetta?
Yes.
Dude, I don't know, man. It's hard for me to like. She's got that total witty thing going on, but like, I don't know, man. She's something else. She's out of this world.
Oh no, she is something else. That's exactly what I'm marrying. Absolutely right. I don't know. So Scott Ninja said here in the chat, I wonder what Silent Hills is going to be like. So Silent Hills, have you played PT? Have you seen PT?
No, I haven't.
At all? This is on the PS4. It was, a lot of people keep calling it the Silent Hills demo, which I'm a little PSA right now. It's not the fucking Silent Hills demo. Stop calling it the Silent Hills demo. That is not indicative of what Silent Hills is going to be. It's not the Silent Hills. Stop fucking calling it that. All right? Look, stop. The reason why a lot of people are saying this is because, okay, PT, it's called PT, right? Now, a lot of people didn't know what it stood for a long time.
Right, yeah.
Until Kojima came out and just said, look, it just, PT, it's nothing special. It just stands for playable teaser. Literally that. And it's a demo, but it's a full-fledged game. And I am convinced that is one of the greatest games to come out in 2014. This game, I love how Kojima doesn't even need to have to fucking try. That's how good he is. It's just like, bro, we got this little fucking 2-hour game, maybe 3 hours, depends on how long it takes you, because the puzzles are fucking hard. And, it's a little horror game, and you know, it's still to me one of the best games of 2014, and one of the best horror games. Period. You know, it's like, and it's not even supposed to be. It's supposed to be just a teaser of just what's to come. So the reason why they call it playable teaser is because once you beat the game, it ends up showing you this teaser for the new Silent Hill that's coming out. They're rebooting it. Thank the fucking Lord, because the last, you know, Silent Hill's kind of gone down the fucking hill these last couple of years, but. Like after 4, I don't even know what the fuck happened. Homecoming was the most boring shit. Downpour, Kiss My Ass, and then all these spin-offs that happened. Just fuck it all. So you see a teaser afterwards, but like it's like, you know, you don't go to a fucking Marvel. You know how like in the credits of like a Marvel movie they always show like a clip of like a future movie.
Yeah, a teaser. Yeah, tell you what it's about.
Yeah. If I go to see fucking Avengers and at the credits they have a teaser for X-Men. The movie I just saw isn't an X-Men movie then. You know what I'm saying? Just because there's a fucking teaser at the end. It's no different from here. You know what I'm saying? It's like...
Yeah.
just because this is not the Silent Hill. Silent Hill, it will never be a first person game. You know what I'm saying? Because the whole game is in first person. The teaser, and it's like it's not. It's not first. It's never going to be first person. It's not going to fucking happen. But I'm really excited for it though, and I think it's going to be gorgeous. They're going to be using the Fox engine, which if you're not familiar with, is if you take a look at Metal Gear Solid 5, any footage from there, that's using the Fox engine, and Metal Gear Ground Zeroes as well. New engine that Kojima created. So it's I can't wait for it. It looks absolutely the teaser that they showed looked fucking great, even though there wasn't any gameplay, but we got so hyped up for it. Even the game itself, the PT was fantastic. People need to stop thinking that PT is the Silent Hills demo, because it's not. It's literally something that they wanted you to just play through so you could get to the end. If you could get to the end, and then they surprise you with the real point, which is just like, oh, here's this game that's coming out, where it's just like, instead of rather than just showing you like a trailer at E3 or something, instead they were just like, here, why don't you just, play through this trailer instead? We want to make it fun for you, and then if you can make it to the end.
That kind of experience.
Yeah. Make it to the end, and then we'll advertise, what we really want to advertise, which is this, play through this first, and if you make it to the end, congrats. Here's your reward. Here's this, secret trailer that for this game that we're working on. And I'm really, Guillermo del Toro at all?
Yeah.
It's Labyrinth. Yeah, exactly. Great fucking movie.
Also, I believe he, if not directed, did a lot of the work on Hellboy movies.
No, he did.
He directed them, right?
Yeah. Well, he directed the first one, and then the second one, he just took care of like the art direction, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And I still like the second one, The Golden Army.
Yeah. I never saw them.
I saw it in theaters, man. I thought it was great.
Everything that I have seen from Guillermo del Toro, I've enjoyed. Pan's Labyrinth is fucking great, right? I like Orphan a lot. I mean, not. Well, I'm sorry, The Orphanage is what it's called. Orphan is a whole different movie. That movie was, but The Orphanage was good shit. That was Guillermo del Toro. And Pacific Rim was dope as fuck too.
Dude, I've been wanting to see Pacific Rim for a while. I've heard it's like Evangelion, just like.
Right, yeah, it's like Godzilla mixed in with Gundam. It's the most badass shit in the world. It's fucking dope. Like it's badass. But he directed that. He's just such a visionary. So he's teaming up with Kojima actually to work on this new Silent Hills, which is fucking awesome. And they got Norman Reedus playing the main character, which I don't know if you're familiar with Norman Reedus, but he plays Daryl in The Walking Dead. He's going to be the main character in the new Silent Hill. So that's fucking dope. Like, get the game. This isn't a movie. This is a game. So I think that's fucking cool. And I'm really excited for it. But that game's not going to come out for a long time, right? Metal Gear's not even out yet. He's still working on Metal Gear.
Yeah. I've been seeing the videos for that though.
Yeah.
That looks crazy, dude. The new one.
Yeah, Metal Gear 5. I'm super excited. I'm a huge Metal Gear junkie, man. So it's like, I love Kojima to death. I was telling the guy when we were at GameStop earlier. I was like, dude, Kojima. He's one of those guys where it's like, you can put your name on it. If I see your fucking name on it, I'm getting it. No questions asked, man. It's like fucking, I don't care what it is. You could give me a fucking Hello Kitty game. If your name is on it, I don't give a shit. I'm buying it. Full fucking price. It could be a 30-minute game. I don't give a fuck, dude. Your name's on it. And I know it's going to be the best 30 minutes. I don't care if I have to spend $60 on it.
I just started playing, I played Revengeance, loved the hell out of it. I beat it several times. So I started trying to get into Metal Gear, and one of my buddies at work is really likes it. And he's like, I got the HD collection for the PS2. If you want to borrow it, I'm like, yeah. I've been wanting to play. Those games are considered masterpieces. I want to play it for a while. I've been struggling. I started with 3 because it's like the prequel, but it's still the third one in the series, so it's the most recent comparatively. And I've struggled to get into it because just even though it's a PS2 game, like the mechanics feel so dated a lot of the time, just in terms of like moving around and the camera and like aiming and things like that. It's hard to get into. I mean, I'm sure it was great at the time, and even though it's like an HD remix, whatever the fuck, it's inaccessible in that it's like video games have come so far as a medium since then that it's difficult to get into.
Metal Gear 4.
I want to like it, but it's hard.
Metal Gear 4 is hands down one of the greatest games ever made. Metal Gear 4, just because like the amount of emotion that's in that game and just the shit that it put me through, man, I was like, holy fuck, the emotions. Oh man, you want to talk about a fucking tumultuous experience? That is the fucking definition of fucking, the epitome of tumultuous. It was insane. It was tumultuous but fucking beautiful. It was fucking frenetic. It was absolutely fucking insane. It just, you want to talk about a masterpiece, that fucking Metal Gear 4 especially. But I understand though. Metal Gear 1, I played through that. Within the last year, I played it again recently, and I understand though, and it's no different from the earlier Resident Evil.
Did you play it 1 when it came out?
No, I did not. I didn't actually play them until I got my PS2. Luckily, PS2 was backwards compatible with PS1, and I did get Metal Gear 1, and I played that on my PS2 back then. But
so it wasn't like, it was like maybe 5 or 6 years after it come out originally.
Yeah, more or
Okay,
less.
so it wasn't too deep.
Yeah, but I understand though, because back then they had those tank controls, right?
Yeah,
it's like it was
yeah.
different. But Resident Evil was the same way, Resident
Yeah,
Evil.
and I can get used to that because it's just, I don't know, it's like, it's so unique to the Resident Evil experience that it's not like, oh, they're not doing this, like Resident Evil 5 still has that, and it's like, oh, they're not doing this because it's a limitation of the style at the time, or a limitation of the hardware at the time. It's just, no, this is a stylistic choice. This is what they're going for.
Right.
So I can get into it because of that. But when it's like, okay, they're only doing this because they didn't know any better.
Yeah.
Developers didn't know that you could make it easier to move around and control the game. Then it's more inaccessible. So
Yeah. So we're going to be piecing out here in a couple of minutes, but I know since this was the original topic that we wanted to talk about a couple weeks ago, let's talk a little bit about Sonic.
Yeah, let's get into it.
So
Serious.
here's some crazy fucking news that happened recently. Now this kind of blew my mind. I was like, I don't know why they're doing this, but I don't know if you heard about this. Sega, they're not going to be doing console games anymore.
They're not.
They're not. From now, the fuck is that? From now, they're only going to be doing mobile games and PC games. That's it.
Sega as a whole.
Sega as a whole, the entire company, that includes all their IP, Sonic, Valkyria Chronicles, Phantasy Star, everything that they own.
Damn.
Condemned, everything that they own, is only coming.
Mobile, does that include like 3DS?
No, not even handheld. No, mobile as in like phones.
Fucking phone,
Yeah,
man.
and
Oh,
shit,
dude.
which I fucking hate.
Yeah.
Microtransactions up the ass is what that is, right?
Yeah, just like tap to win.
Yeah.
Pay to win.
Pay to win, yeah. This is what they're doing now, and I don't know why. And like I think it's because honestly, like they haven't really had the best run lately.
No, they haven't. Just
especially with Sonic.
Several years.
Yeah, especially with Sonic.
I mean, ever since freaking. Oh my gosh! Like honestly, like if not Sonic Adventure 1. I mean, yeah, Sonic Adventure 1, I mean, maybe even going back to Sonic 3D Blast, like, it just has not done well since then. I mean, and you could argue that there's a valid argument that the problems that have plagued Sonic have plagued it since the very beginning.
Yeah.
We only see the full realization of it once we go to the real world, that the difficulty in it lies in that, like, there is no real difficulty, all the difficulty is artificial. Like,
yeah.
you're running at, Sonic speeds, going fast, gotta go fast, all those, dank memes.
Yeah.
And then you just run into spikes and you lose all your rings, and it's like, fuck, I couldn't control that, I couldn't even see that, there's no time to react, I only have to know it. I only would avoid that if I already knew it was there. But when you go into, it's more excusable because it's in a 2D setting, but then when you move to 3D, those problems are still there. And Sonic just did not transition to 3D well like Mario did, where, I mean, Nintendo did a fucking phenomenal job. I mean, me and you were talking off stream.
Super Mario 64, man.
Yeah, going.
I was playing it earlier today on the stream, man. I was playing it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay,
beat it in 40 minutes. Beat it in 40 minutes. Yeah.
Jesus,
Yeah.
man, that's impressive. But yeah, Sonic did not have, needless to say, did not have a seamless transition to 3D, and I mean, there's been very few games since then. I think we've both talked about this before. Sonic Generations is like one of the only 3D games that's really, I think, going to hold the test of time.
Yeah.
And that's because, in my opinion, it's because it's coalesced all the best games, all the best levels, all the best elements of previous Sonic games and put it all in one game. It's not really a standalone game. It's just taking all the best refined elements and boiling it down to making like a Sonic game that has all the best components. So I don't blame Sonic Team and Sega really for saying that's it, we're done making them. But you know, it's sad to see because I mean, I've liked Sonic games, I've enjoyed them, even though some of them haven't been the best. You know, Sonic 06.
Sonic Boom recently. Holy fuck! What a broken piece of shit. Sonic Boom. That was supposed to be a reboot. That was supposed to be a reboot. I had so much faith in this fucking thing because I remember when they first announced it, I was like, dog, I can get down with this considering like Sonic has been shit since like the Dreamcast era. Yeah. Like I just, you know, I was like, finally, I think we might have something good here. But then like over the past couple months, as they showed more and more, I was like, I don't know what the fuck going on. Then it came out, and then there was a fucking review embargo, and then the moment a publisher puts an embargo on reviews, you know something's wrong with the fucking game. It's like why don't you want anyone to review your game right away? Yeah. Why? Is it because even you know that it's shitty, and they know that it was fucking shitty. It was underfunded, right? It was underfunded for one, and then they just fucking. It was just fucking terrible. And they had layoffs in the middle of the fucking production, which is never good. You never want layoffs in the middle of production, right? And it just now the 3DS.
You make it right or like don't make it at all.
Now this only pertains to the Wii U version.
Yeah, right? I thought I played the demo of the 3DS.
Wasn't bad. Wasn't bad.
I thought it was alright.
Still too fucking slow for me. You know, I thought it was.
You gotta go fast.
Gotta go fast, man, when it comes to Sonic. But it felt finished, right? I didn't encounter any bugs. It felt finished, right? It felt like a solid product at the end of the day. But the Wii U version, bro.
Oh yeah, I mean we've all seen that. Yeah. We could post a link in the chat if anyone hasn't seen it. There's this glitch you can do with Knuckles where you basically do like this flip and you pause the game, then the flip continues and you can just keep going higher and higher within the within vertically constantly. You just pause, unpause, unpause, pause, unpause. You can just get anywhere in the game, top of mountains, top of cliffs, fucking debug out of the sky. Anywhere you want to go.
Anywhere that you want to go, man.
Which is, I mean, it's funny and cool, but it's like that shouldn't be in the game. Yeah. You gotta fucking polish your game. You gotta test the shit out of it. It's the Sonic game that's coming out. You're making a reboot. You're trying to revitalize, like, you know, a joked upon, laughed upon franchise that's been plagued with problems for, like we said, since Dreamcast, maybe even earlier. You gotta make sure it comes out right.
Look, I know you said you haven't really been too much of a fan of like ever since Sonic went 3D, right? Like
I like some of the games, but I understand that people have problems with them. But that, granted, I still like them.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, man, Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 are some of my favorite games.
Yeah, dude, I love Sonic Adventure 2.
That
so fun.
That made the Dreamcast for me, you know, like when I had a Dreamcast, and I still have mine, but unfortunately it doesn't read games anymore. Unfortunately, like the laser,
that's happened with mine too sometimes.
It sucks, man. But because I remember a long time ago, I was like, I'm in the mood to play some Sonic. Let's go play some Sonic, and then like it was like,
dude, I gotta bring over my Dreamcast and we can play it because I have it.
That'd be dope. Yeah, that'd be dope. I would love to play Sonic Adventure again, but you know, but ever since Sonic Adventure 2 for me, they just have gone out. They try to go for all these gimmicks now. What was that one where he turns into a fucking werewolf?
Yeah, Sonic Unleashed.
Why is a hedgehog turning into a werewolf?
Yeah.
Pick your fucking animal.
The werehog, bro.
Yo, the werehog. Pick your fucking animal, dude. Yeah. What the fuck is going on, man? And then you had the knight. What was the one? Yeah. What the fuck is going on, dude?
I had one for the Wii called Sonic and like the 7 Golden Rings, I think. It was another like kind of Arabian Nights thing. It's just like when the Sonic games, even in like Sonic Unleashed, when they go for just the Sonic sections, it's a good game. I mean, it has its problems, like all Sonic games, but it's not bad, you know? It's pretty good. It's, you know, but then when it tries to go for that weird twist that they always got to throw a wrench into things, fucks everything up.
Yeah.
Fucks everything up. So, Sonic, maybe it's best that you're dead. I don't know. I'm still shook up about it.
A lot of people have been saying, and I completely agree with this, that I think granted, I know Sega won't do this because this is honestly the only reason why I feel like they're even still alive at this point, despite terrible fucking sales. But I suppose some sales are better than no sales. But then again, not really just for games. I'm sure they make a lot of money actually via Sonic. Like merchandise, just in general, you know, like plushies and stuff like that. I'm sure there's stuff because Sonic is a pretty iconic character. You know, everyone. If you play video games and you don't know Sonic, you don't play video games.
Yeah.
You know, but a lot of people have been saying, and I agree with this, man. Like honestly, just sell the rights to Sonic to Nintendo. Let them take care of it. I promise you, they will make Sonic.
Dude, that would be
come back to life.
Oh my gosh, that'd be a dream come true.
You know, and not to mention a lot of their games have sold them. Besides, you know, like after Dreamcast. a lot of their games have sold the most and the best on Nintendo consoles, whether it be handheld
and it's interesting because
or
like I mean before when Sega still made consoles, you know, that was their brand. You know, they're like, oh no, Sonic will not be on the Nintendo system. They have Mario, we have Sonic. Sonic's our IP, our flagship of our console, and then with the Dreamcast, Sega's consoles, dreams died, and they're like, all right, well, where else are we gonna put it? We're gonna put it on Nintendo systems.
Dude, like, it's just it just makes the most sense to me. Not to mention, I think Sonic is also Nintendo represents Sonic the best. You know, they go out of their way well, they're not necessarily out of their way, but they definitely make Sonic relevant. You know, Sonic is in Smash, right? He's in Smash. He's my fucking theme, right, on my 3DS is fucking Sonic Boom. If I can, let me get the fuck out.
And dude, people want Nintendo make Sonic. I remember back as early as Super Smash Bros. Melee, there was these rumors that persisted for years and years and years of these like shitty, like screenshot-esque photos that you could get Sonic and Tails in Super Smash Bros. Melee. And the rumor went that if you beat 100 characters in Cruel Melee, that you would get Sonic and Tails. You could unlock them, and like one of there's some like Nintendo Power or whatever, excuse me, that said like, yeah, you can unlock Sonic. People were like, oh my god, you can have Sonic and Melee. That's crazy. I want Sonic so bad. And like people were trying to do this forever and ever and years and years. And, you know, finally he was in Brawl. People thought it was a joke then too. They're like, no way, Sonic's not gonna be in Brawl. We got fooled. You know, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice.
Yeah.
But like, you know, people love having Sonic and Nintendo properties, so just have Nintendo take control of it, make it a first party thing.
Let them
have the reign.
Sega doesn't know what the fuck to do with them anymore, right?
No, dude,
this was supposed to be a reboot. They couldn't even fucking get a goddamn reboot right. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, just let them fucking let Nintendo handle it. You know, I feel like, you know, if you want Sonic to come back to life and stay relevant, stay away from those fucking mobile games. I played Sonic Rush or Sonic Dash, whatever the fuck it was called, which is basically like Temple Run, but like with a Sonic skin. Basically, developed and published by Sega.
A mobile game?
Mobile game, yeah. And yeah, you can get it on Google Play or I'm sure the iOS store. And like, you know, it's like, are you familiar with Temple Run?
Yeah.
So it's like that, but Sonic. You know, so instead of, you know, collecting rings and you're jumping, you swipe up to jump and all that shit. And dude, all those games just fucking suck.
Yeah,
you know, it's
mobile
like,
games are just garbage.
I hate mobile games, man. It's like, I don't know. I mean, like every now and again you'll run into something that's like decent that makes sense, but it's like you need to give me something more than just a tap.
Yeah, it's because they're shallow. You know, it's like they stimulate you for a few minutes, or at least me, but then they, you know, there's nothing beyond that. There's no lasting draw.
Here's the thing, especially with like, and it's that market is just so oversaturated too. You know? Like, I mean, you got all these free games, like no one's willing to pay. You know, it's like, and so when you do make something that you know, whether your game is fantastic or not. I think people have been spoiled now with these mobile games where it's just like if it's not free, they're not gonna fucking play it. You know what I'm saying? But which is weird because they'll do microtransactions up the ass, but they won't fucking.
It's that initial investment.
Yeah, you know, it's ridiculous, and you know, for me, you know, at the end of the day, they're just flash games, right? So. For me, look, if I'm going to spend money on something, not even just spend money, despite these games being free, if I'm going to invest my time into it, you know, forget money. If I'm going to invest my time into it, why? You need to give me a quality fucking title, man. I can't just do a whole bunch of taps here, a whole bunch of swipes here. That you limit me here. I need physical buttons or at least some sort of thing that can, you know, get me invested, get me, you know, in tune with whatever's going on. Like I said, look, who did I say this to? Cliff Blazinski, man. I tweeted him a long time ago, and we actually exchanged a few tweets. I don't know if you're familiar with Cliff Blazinski at all, but he's, you know, this is the guy the game director behind Gears of War. You know, and cool fucking dude, man. He lives in Raleigh, actually. But recently started up a new company called Boss Key Studios. You guys check them out. I'm working on a game right now called Project Blue Streak. It sounds cool. They haven't really shown anything yet, but I've been, you know, watching some of their podcasts and stuff, and it looks really cool what they got planned. They got some badass designs and a great team of people too. But so we exchanged a few tweets, and because he doesn't like mobile gaming either, and I was like, dude, like you're never gonna find a game like The Last of Us you know, or Beyond Two Souls, Heavy Rain, or fucking Metal Gear, or fucking, you know, like Splatoon even, or like Xenoblade. You're not gonna find that, or Zelda, Metroid. You're never gonna find those type of quality titles on mobile. You know what I'm saying? It's like they can't build a fucking story that, because I'm very much a story guy, you know. Like I also want good gameplay as well, you know. But if I'm gonna spend money and invest my time into it, you gotta consume me. It has to be captivating, right? And a good story does that. So, or at least addicting gameplay, and fucking mobile games don't do that for me. You know, they're just like you said, perfect word for it, shallow as fuck. You know, so. You know, you're never going to find, not to mention that games like that, that's not their demographic at all in mobile games. You know, it's oversaturated too. So even if they did release something, right, it would just be fucking lost within seconds because of fucking all the fucking shit that's fucking constantly
coming in music radio, like signal to noise ratio. You know, like the signal, the good stuff that's coming in is overshadowed by all the noise. There's just the piles of mediocrity that play it down. So.
Right. And you know, I think it's extremely, you know, pathetic. I'm not a fan of it at all. And you know, I've tried to get into some mobile games. Like there's some games where it's like, you know, sometimes I'll be fucking around on Google Play and I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. But honestly, after like 5-10 minutes, I'm like, I don't fucking care. I don't fucking care at all. You know, it's just they don't do it for me, man. And you know, you're not gonna find games like, you know. Like all the ones that I listed on mobile. It's just like that's
like what we've been talking about all stream. We've been talking about like Silent Hill, Devil May Cry, Bayonetta.
You're not gonna find
none of it. You're not gonna find anything of that caliber, close to that caliber on a mobile game.
It's you know it's just. Not to mention playing games on your phone burns the fuck out of your battery, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, every time
it burns the fuck out of your hand too. It gets your device hot.
Yeah, it gets fucking hot as shit, dude. And it's like I don't want that. Like it's like if I'm using my phone, like look, it's great. The technology now, that smartphone. I mean, these are pretty much computers at the palm of our hands, right? It's great what it can do now. But I think games, I'm not gonna use it for fucking games. A phone. I'm gonna call you, I'm gonna text you, done, right? That's all I really need a phone for. That's all a phone was essentially built for. That's the fundamentals of what makes a phone a fucking phone. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to give me games. Like, it's nice, you know? But I have fucking 3DS, like, you know what I'm saying? Some people have a Vita, whatever the fuck your console of choice may be. You know, at least these were designed primarily with games in mind, not phones. Not to mention the amount of fucking battery that fucking takes up. You know, it's a little ridiculous.
Yeah. So.
But, anyways, but that's all of that. I mean, we can talk about this all night, man. You know, but all right, man. That was a good talk. That was a good talk.
It was a lot of fun, man. Thanks for having me on your show.
Absolutely, man. We gotta do this again sometime soon.
Absolutely.
Do this as much as possible. So these breakfast, lunch, and dinner, man.
Yeah.
Let's do this tomorrow. Let's do this Monday. Let's do this Tuesday. Let's do this every fucking day. Look, you got work, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Leave it. And then let's fucking.
Yeah.
Let's just do this.
I left it right now as we were talking. Like email my boss.
Work.
Just
work. Good.
You know, and I emailed school. I was like, I'm withdrawing.
Good.
I gotta do this full
time.
Good.
That's the shit I like to do.
I hope you understand, but if you don't, I don't care. It's already done.
That's a good shit, man. Man, so much we could have talked about, man. You know, next time let's go more in depth.
We'll go deep. The rabbit hole.
Go deep, man.
Go deep into that, you know.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. We're gonna go deep. We're gonna go deep into like Amiibo and go crazy with it.
Yeah, dude, we didn't even touch on Amiibos this time.
So the shit we were talking about was funny as fuck though over at Starbucks, because like before we got here we were over at Starbucks and talking about well for some of you guys who don't know this, fucking February 17th they got the coconut milk coming out, right?
Yeah, shout out to Starbucks by the way.
Yeah. Shout out to Starbucks, man. I'm a big fan of coconut and I'm a big fan of milk. Combine those fucking things, fuck yeah, I'm there. So you can use that now because, you know, right now you can choose, you know, when you're getting, I mean, normally they just put 2%, right? If you don't say anything. But, you know, you can choose between soy or whole fat.
Gotta speak up.
You know, yeah, you gotta speak up, man. Speak up. Speak your mind. You know what I'm saying? Equality.
Express yourself.
Yeah. Let's fucking push the feminism movement. Let's do it. Even if you're not a woman, man, push that shit. So, you know, now they got February 17th, they got the coconut milk coming out, you know? And what were we saying? It's like people are camping out, waiting for fucking coconut milk.
Yeah.
Like, posting to like subreddits, even something completely unrelated to like the Amiibo subreddit, was just like, it was like, bruh, like I'm getting that coconut milk.
February 17th. You guys gonna be there?
You guys gonna be there, bro? No Rosalinas in sight, but you know what? We got that coconut milk though.
Just like jugs and jugs of it.
Yeah.
You're like surplus of this, dude. Just stocking up so I can sell it all later.
Scalp coconut milk.
Yes.
Put it on eBay and shit like that.
Oh man,
It'd be fucking great. But dude, Amiibo, you don't have any yet, do you?
no, I don't. But let's save for next time.
We'll do that. We'll talk crazy Amiibo next time, man.
We'll go into dude. Next time I'll get some Amiibos. We'll bring them on. We can show them off on the cameras.
Let's do that for sure. That's why I kind of wanted to buy Bowser today, because I kind of wanted to, show that off today.
He's got a big body, dude. He can show off a lot of his shell.
That is a big brawling man right there.
Yeah,
he's a big brawling turtle.
Yeah, turtle, hybrid man,
whatever
furry, scaly, whatever you want to call him.
He's a good looking dude.
He's a good looking dude.
That's probably why.
We can agree on that.
Peach says she gets kidnapped, but
we all know what's really going on
20 plus years. Go fuck yourself. That's not.
No, she's talking Bowser. Fuck her. What's happening there?
Pretty much. All right, you guys. That's gonna do it for tonight, man. I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast tonight, man. As usual, if you're new to the stream, please hit that follow button. Follow us right here on Twitch, and follow us on Twitter as well to keep up to date with Layson Gaming. And the next time we're gonna be going live, man. You can follow Brian right here. At Animetrapstar on Instagram, man. Keep up to date with everything on him, man. We post a lot of gaming shit everywhere, all on our social media, man. So, keep up with everything on there. And, we do this bi-weekly as well. Of course, this was an impromptu podcast, man. But we'll be back again next week with podcast number 29, where we're going to be doing a lot of news-based stuff. So, and of course, these are podcasts that you guys can be a part of too, man. Just send us a simple tweet or an email saying you guys want to be part of the podcast, and we'll get everything set up from there. It's as easy as that. You can always scroll down for more information if you guys have any questions and curious about some things, man. We stream every night, of course, as well. So we'll be back tomorrow night with some more. So, all right, you guys, that's going to do for tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed, and as usual, you guys take care and happy gaming. All right.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.